Now, everybody who's watching, let's get RBT to
1 million
subscribers by Christmas. He's the best Madden scientist there is. I subscribe to him, and if you don't subscribe to, your favorite team is going to lose to the I'm not saying that team.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, all this Madden 21 news video stuff has got me feeling like freaking Xerxes. But I feel like it's meant to be for the people. The Madden scientists got to go in and analyze some details so you can know what to expect from the new Madden 21 game coming out in a few months. And let you know what's good about it and what's bad about it. And you guys seem to enjoy it, so freaking screw it. But late last night, I made a Face of the Franchise video where I kind of went over all the new details regarding the new Face of the Franchise Rise to Fame for Madden 21. I mean, it looked really neat, but some new details have came out, and I couldn't go back and add this into that video because it was already uploaded. But I feel like you guys are gonna enjoy this because it's gonna be a little talking point in its own right. With all the just regular franchise news that has came out that sucks, Face of the Franchise is literally the only thing right now I'm excited for. I mean, the gameplay itself looks neat, but the regular franchise mode, which is a staple on the channel, it sucks. Looks like it just got patched. It's like not a new game, it's just a patch. But Face the Franchise is neat. And one of the big things I was questioning in last night's video was in regards to the college teams that are going to be in Madden 21. Are you going to be able to play full seasons? Well, we got a few more answers, and here we are to talk about it and smile. Before we get into that, very important to let you guys know once again, we are going to be doing a massive Madden 21 giveaway here on the channel before the launch of Madden 21. All you have to do is literally be subscribed to the channel and you're going to be entered. We're going to be giving away 2 copies on Xbox One, 2 copies on PS4. But if and only if we can hit 600k subscribers by the launch of Madden 21, we have 2 months to go. If we can do that, that's going to be turned into 5 copies on both consoles. So a total of 10 copies up for grabs. But if and only if we do hit 600k by the launch of Madden 21. So make sure to take that millisecond that it does take to click that subscription button if you haven't. With that said, let's get into some breaking news analysis. So we did touch over this last night, some of the characters that are going to be in Face of the Franchise. It says, draw inspiration, seek advice from coaches, friends, and reporters. You have Ty Sheridan, Michael Beach, Moses Jones, Cooper Andrews, Robert Patrick, Snoop Dogg, and Rich Eisen. And when I look at this graphic, dude, I could have swore that's Steve Harvey. That is Steve Harvey. That's not Michael Beach. That's got to be Steve Harvey. It looks just like him. But moving along, next, here are the storylines that you can live out throughout your NFL career. You have franchise savior, next man up, understudy, bitter rivals, dream team, the comeback, turf war, and into the sunset. Now, I went into those in more detail yesterday, but we're getting to the good stuff. Next one, we have Rise to Canton Immortality in a way that only you can. Once again, this is something we saw yesterday, is the NFL Honors Award ceremony, which I'm guessing once again is going to be a cutscene in the game each and every year where they have the ceremony, they announce the Rookie of the Year, MVP, etc., etc. So once again, something we did touch on last night. But this is where things start to get a little interesting. Well, first bit of business, obviously, we do have the NFL Combine. You get to run the 40-yard dash. And one thing I am interested in that we haven't got answers to yet is I wonder how different the NFL Combine is going to be if you're a wide receiver or running back. Because we've already touched on the fact that in college, you're able to convert to either running back or wide receiver. Apparently, as we saw in the Gridiron notes, I don't know why they spoiled some of this stuff. There's a spoiler, so exit out the video if you want to. But spoiler, apparently your coach either makes you convert to wide receiver or running back, or you just have to leave early for the NFL draft if you want to stay the quarterback. So I'm interested to see how different the combine is going to be for each 3 of those positions, but obviously all 3 of them are going to the 40-yard dash. Last time we hit the 40-yard dash was back in freaking Madden 08 or Madden 09 Superstar mode, and let me tell you, that was freaking hard, dude. I promise you, I don't think I've ever ran faster than a 5 flat 40, so I can actually run a 40 faster in real life than I can in guiding Madden, so hopefully they revamp that, and it's a little bit easier this year. As just mentioned, change the game, choose to convert from quarterback to running back or wide receiver. They make it seem simple, but it's like you either get freaking kicked out the team, have to leave early, or convert to one of those positions. But as you see, 2 of the college teams, LSU and Miami, 2 teams that were in Face of the Franchise last year. And here we are, something that we didn't get to see yesterday. What we did go over, though, was the fact that you can actually customize the high school you go to. And you know what? It gives me feels up. It gives me freaking feels of god dang NCAA Road to Glory. This is kind of if we're being completely honest, depending on how in-depth the college football season is that you play, because, another spoiler alert, you get to play not only 2 full college football playoff runs and have a chance to win 2 national championship games, it says can play 2 full college football seasons. Now, that's all the information that we've got in terms of that, because there's only 10 teams that we will see in a second that are in the game, so 10 college teams that you could potentially choose from. But we all know, like, a college football schedule is like 12 regular season games, and you have the conference championship games in the playoffs and the bowl games. So I don't know how that's going to work. I feel like it'll be maybe 3 or 4 games you play a season, because there's no way they're going to have 12 games where you play, like, maybe there's generic colleges on your schedule, like just generic made-up colleges, maybe 1 or 2 teams that they actually have the licensing for, or maybe they have the licensing for some other teams, but they're not in face of the franchise in terms of being able to play for them. Maybe you can only play them against them in your face of the franchise. So a lot of stuff we've still got to learn. This is the first time we've actually been able to go from high school to college, then play in the NFL. Because back in NCAA Road to Glory, obviously you got to play in high school, and then you got to play in college, but you didn't get to play in the NFL. But here, you get to create your own high school, you get to name them, put your city in there, and even choose your team mascot. And here are the team logos that you can choose from. Now, right off the bat, they're lazy a little bit, because some of these logos have been used before. And if I'm being honest, now that I look at them, maybe every single one of those logos have been used before in prior Maddens, like right off the bat. Like, it's a little annoying. Now, if I'm looking at this correctly, I know the Snappers logo from Superstar KO's in here. That's the London Black Knights logo. I believe that is the Mathis logo from Longshot. Then I think there's like 4 or 5 of these. There might be like 2 or 3 that are brand new, maybe 4. But come on now, you're EA Sports and you're a goddamn billion-dollar company. You could come up with a graphics designer that can make more logos than this. Like, that's stupid. No, I didn't even think about it like that until now. I mean, okay, I gotta stay positive, half glass full kind of guy. At least we get to customize our high school, and it's not like we're put onto a high school like in Longshot, where you had to play for the Mathis, was it Bullfrogs or something? So I'm happy about that. That might not even be the Mathis logo there in the bottom middle, but still, you just gotta see as a positive that you can customize your own high school and really play for your high school that you went to or are attending in real life. Once again, some more screenshots. You have Rich Eisen Show, the 40-yard dash. You have Snoop Dogg, and this is where I'm curious, man. Because it says rise up the draft ranks, plays 2 college football seasons. So like I said, I don't know if this is full seasons, just a few games this season. Who are we going to play throughout this season? Because if it was just a college football playoff, because when it first came out, they said they're going to have 2 college football playoff seasons, I was happy because it was just like you get 2 college football playoff runs you could have. They didn't say at the beginning that you're actually going to be able to play 2 college football seasons and the playoff. So super interested to see here. Now, I'm like, why do they have the college football playoffs as a 19 logo? Hopefully that's changed to 2020, because obviously it's going to be a 2020 college football playoff coming up. This is an old screenshot, but why would they put an old screenshot on here? You get the whole point. But here, my dudes, is where we get the biggest bit of news for today's video. As you see, signing day. Prove your skeptics wrong. My biggest question was whether or not we were going to have different schools in this year's Face of the Franchise that you can commit to and play for, and the answer to that question, as you see, is an obvious yes. Now, admittedly, it's not a huge overhaul, but there are 2 different teams that are in this year's game and have replaced 2 teams from last year. And it's Texas Tech that did get replaced, and it's Florida State that got replaced. Florida State and Texas Tech got replaced by Nebraska and Michigan State, and I'm still shocked. How can we have like a college football game mode in Alabama, like the best college football teams in the past like 2 decades? How are they not in like the only game in the world that currently has any sort of college football mode? That and Auburn. Like, that is interesting to me. And then Nebraska has a huge college football fan base, one of the most consistent college football fan bases of all time. And Michigan State, I do know MMG is going to be extremely excited about that, but this is what everybody was wanting to see. What colleges were going to be in Madden 21? Michigan State, Oklahoma, Nebraska, Clemson, Oregon, Miami, LSU, Texas, USC, and Florida. So I want you guys to let me know 2 things in the comment section below. How do you think the seasons are going to go in Face of the Franchise? Like, do you think we're going to actually play a full college football season? Is it going to be against like generic teams? My guess is it'll probably be like kind of predetermined, where you'll only be able to play like 2 or 3 games in the regular season against one of these like 10 teams, and then you'll play the college football playoffs against some other teams. But I think it's all going to come within the 10 teams that you can choose from, because I don't see how they'd be able to include other schools if they don't have the licensing for them. Because I feel like if they had the licensing for other schools, they'd actually be like as potential selections. But I don't know. Let me know what you think how that's going to happen in the comment section below. And last question, which school are you going to pick for your Madden 21 Face of the Franchise? I 100% am going to be doing Face of the Franchise here on the channel, doing a Face of the Franchise series, and a lot longer than what I did last year, because the reason I stopped my Face of the Franchise series last year was because after the second season, it was stupid. Like, I played a few games and realized this is just like a regular career mode after you got drafted, but this year, obviously, you have freaking storylines, so you best believe I'll be uploading a ton of Madden 21 Face of the Franchise videos, and also some Madden scientific experiments to see what happens in different scenarios and testing out different things. So I'm just excited for the boat of content I'm going to be able to make on this game mode. But let me know what college you're going to choose, and who do you want to see me play for? Like, out of this selection, I'll honestly probably pick. I'll probably go with Nebraska.